YouTube. It is 9:34 p.m. Wednesday, April 13th, 2022. This didn't take as long as I kind of imagined it would, which is a good thing. It's been running late the entire time, but it didn't seem to be getting progressively more late, although for what it's worth, I didn't pop open the app to check that. So I'm just basing that on the fact I didn't experience any kind of weird delays, like is often the case when I ride that route. Such as people getting on and having disputes with the driver regarding fare, or wheelchairs that take a painfully long time to unload, or something else I've noticed on that route that delays it, which didn't happen this time, is pulling into a bus stop where there's a bus pullout and then being stuck there for several minutes because there's no break in traffic for the bus driver to get out of the bus pullout. And of course, my favorite, the driver just leaving the bus. Fortunately, that didn't happen. I did hear, and granted, I wasn't paying that much attention, that was a articulated bus, also known as the accordion buses, where it's basically a super long bus with a hinge in the middle. I was sitting way in the very back row, so that puts me a pretty substantial distance from the driver, and I had earbuds in, so I did still think I still did at one point overhear the driver arguing with somebody trying to get on the bus about needing a mask. It amazes me that whole federal, oh nice, we got a construction pylon blocking the sidewalk. Get that out the damn way. I don't even know what there's construction pylons up here for. I don't see any construction. Anyway, I don't understand why that federal public transit mask mandate is still a thing. In fact, I heard, I forget what YouTube channel it was on, but I heard on a video this morning that the federal government just ended any testing requirements and maybe I'm getting my facts wrong here, and I didn't really fact check it or look it up any further, but something about how the federal government is eliminating any COVID testing requirements for people crossing at the southern border, particularly for people crossing illegally at the southern border, which seems kind of contradictory when you consider that there's still a mask mandate required for flying on airplanes. And I guess it also mentioned something about how if you're coming in on an international flight, there's additional things that you need to show, like I guess a clean COVID test or a vaccination card or something, which of course is not really anything I have to worry about. It's not like I ever leave the country. I can't say that I've never left the country, but it's not something that has happened very often in my life. And the last time I left the country, ironically, it was to walk to Mexico. And yes, you heard me correctly. It was to walk to Mexico. My daughter and I just parked at the south end of downtown El Paso, walked across the bridge. Just walked like nothing, hardly anybody on that bridge. We did pass a place where there was some kind of a Mexican border guard. We could see through a window, and he was sleeping, so we just kept on walking. And some things are just too crazy to be made up. But yeah, that's what happened. And we just kept on walking and ended up walking down. I don't remember the name of the street, but down to the street where basically people were lined up, not moving hardly at all, to get over the vehicular bridge going from Juarez to El Paso. And there's a lot of activity on that street, and a little convenience store where we got some snacks and beverages, and there was also a taco stand where we got some absolutely amazing street tacos for like next to nothing. And yeah, that was a fun little journey out of the country. And as I said, we traveled all of maybe 2-3 blocks out of the country. A little more of an ordeal getting back into the States, especially since neither of us had a passport. But we just showed the U.S. border guard, and there was quite a line to wait through, but it was still not nearly as bad for us walking. Not nearly as bad for us walking as it was for not nearly as bad for us walking as it was for the people that were waiting in vehicles. That line didn't seem to be moving at all, whereas the walking line was moving. It took, I don't know, it felt like a long time, but maybe 20 minutes. It wasn't as bad as it kind of looked like it was. And when we got there, the immigration worker was just like, do you have passports? We're like, no. We give him our driver's license. And he's like, so what were you traveling to Mexico for? And we're just like, tacos. We told him what was up. It was on our way back from the trip that we took to Houston for the First Robotics International Finals. And it was just our drive home on I-10 from Houston to Phoenix, and it was late at night too, but it just seemed like something to do. Like, hey, there's Mexico right there. We're driving right by it. Let's go get some tacos. So fun times. On a completely different subject, trying to shine some. Yeah, you really can't see it because it's too dark, but over the last week or so, and I haven't really been vlogging lately on this walk because it just seemed to be getting kind of redundant, so why make y'all watch that? You're probably not going to anyway. But the space between the end of the asphalt here on 79th Avenue, south of Amazon, and where I walk through the fence on the Desire Path up to the unfinished bridge, is turning into quite the campground. I mean, I've noted, before and observed that there's been several people living in their cars and vans that park here, and also a rather nice RV with a generator that I hear running. I see that quite a while. I've been seeing that for quite a while. The other thing that I often see on this walk here is there's a lot of times semis sitting, and they're idling or they're not idling, and that's different. Those are truckers that are just if what I've read on Google Maps, Google reviews of this Amazon facility where I work, they're probably camped out there waiting, pissed off, waiting for an available dock to unload or pick up their load. So yeah, not homeless people, although that van is almost always there. It's kind of a rust bucket. It's also freaking huge. Big old school extended Dodge van. Anyway, what's been happening in the last week? For a while there was one tent near the RV, But lately, just in the last week or so, there have been a bunch of tents popping up there. And I noticed another one being set up as I was walking now, which I think brings the tents in the area up to about 6, which isn't a huge homeless encampment, but still six tents. At what point do we start calling it the 79th Avenue campground? Oh, look, Urban Bunny. Anyway, the homeless situation is very real, and it seems to rear its head in more and more places. Granted, this is nothing on the scale of, what it was like when I was in Portland and all the tents in just random places there, particularly on, highway and street easements. It used to be something I just didn't see in Phoenix, not people squatting in tents in the city, and now it's just it's something I'm seeing more of. And granted, I'm not seeing it anywhere near the level that I was seeing in Portland, or even when I was in Houston. When I was there, I saw that to a certain degree in Houston. As much as people want to act like it's Democrats when you get into videos about it on YouTube. I saw it in Republican-filled Texas as well. So no, homelessness is neither a right or a left problem. It is an economy problem, and it doesn't seem to be getting any better. So now I no longer feel like I'm personally at risk of becoming homeless, although I still haven't renewed my lease on my apartment, and I don't know what my rent is going to go up to in June, which is kind of unnerving. I should probably be bugging my landlord about it. But yeah, I feel like I'm doing good enough between Bullocks and Amazon that no matter what, I'm not going to be homeless, which is a big weight off my shoulders that's been kind of with me for most of the last year. Whoa. Sorry about that. I just about dropped my phone. As you can probably guess, I need to tie my right shoe. I'm just about here. So while I was on the bus, I did actually, because I couldn't remember when my last videos were, but I didn't shoot much in the way of videos during my work week at Amazon this week. Mostly I just really haven't had much to say. And then partly because I was just getting so ridiculously behind in uploading the videos that I'd already shot on days where I was big time oversharing. I'm currently up to Saturday night with what I'm uploading now, what I last uploaded. So, but yeah, I should probably catch up, depending on how much time I'm able to spend around around Wi-Fi where I can upload. I should be kind of catching up soon, since I didn't shoot a whole lot this week. Just a teaser of, well, I guess it wouldn't be a teaser by the time you see this. They've already been uploaded, but yeah, the last three. It was one I was walking home, and I didn't really feel like vlogging or talking, but I just noticed how visible the intense amount of traffic was headed outbound. So that's not even that's the opposite of rush hour traffic. It's because that's the traffic going away from downtown Phoenix, not going to downtown Phoenix. And even that was pretty intense. So I shot a little short of it from the bridge just to kind of, I don't miss that. I miss driving, but I don't miss that. The other videos, I shot one on, anyway, it was Sunday night that I mentioned in my last video that I had to, came in late and had to talk to HR, and that was, I thought I had kind of set myself up nicely in the app. Anyway, that was Sunday night. And then I also shot one while I was downtown, leaving the Taco Bell Cantina on Monday. Anyway, it looks like there's quite a few people kicking it. It's probably first break time right now. There's quite a few people kicking it over there in the patio, which is where the smokers go for their break. Must suck to have an addiction so bad that you need to be outside on your breaks. But I don't know, I guess some people don't like the thought of being cooped up in a building too, so to each their own. I just don't like the idea of polluting one's lungs. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I gotta go deal with HR, and hopefully we'll have a good night of work. I definitely want to be... Oh, and I haven't even really talked about what I've done at work. More water spider stuff, some leadership stuff. I actually did get to be lead water spider for about 20 minutes. That was kind of a failure. I'll explain that later. But tonight I just want to do some impact line loading because my hands are really sore and I've got that weird pain in my chest, so don't feel I need to be aggravating that.